I'm the sales manager here at Richard Lawson Pianos. In this video I'm going to be talking about two of the most popular baby grand pianos in the world. That's the Yamaha GB1K and the Kawai GL10. Very similar pianos in many respects, but in this video I'm going to be talking about the main differences in terms of their specs, and then also therefore the differences in their tonal characters and just how they feel at the keyboard. Many customers who are looking for a baby grand piano do end up comparing these two models. So by the end of this video, hopefully you'll have a better idea of perhaps which is the better piano for you. So both Yamaha and Kawai are probably two of the most well-known piano manufacturers in the whole world. Yamaha is a slightly older company, date back to 1887, and Kawai dates back to 1927. But in both cases you'll find their pianos in homes, schools and concert venues throughout the world. The GB1K and the GL10 are both entry-level baby grand pianos in the Yamaha and Kawai grand piano ranges respectively. They're both built in Indonesia and roughly the same size. The Kawai is a bit bigger though, so the Kawai is 153 centimeters in length, whereas the Yamaha is 150. The Kawai is 151 centimeters wide, whereas the GB1K is 146 centimeters wide. Probably the major difference between the two models, and particularly with regard to their difference in touch, is their action. So the Yamaha GB1K uses traditional action with primarily wooden parts, and the Kawai GL10 uses the Millennium 3 action. So that uses, or partly uses, ABS resin, carbon fibre compound parts. So those have two major advantages. Firstly, they're lighter than their respective wooden parts, so that makes the action a bit lighter, a bit crisper, a bit more definite as well. So things like repetition, ornamentation and so on is a little bit easier under the fingers. But also those parts are more hard wearing and more durable, so they're less likely to warp compared to wooden parts. One of the great things about that with the GL10 is that this is the same action that's used in the other GL pianos, but even the GX and the Sugary Kawai pianos at the top end of the Kawai grand piano range. The hammers of the Kawai GL10 are also superior, I would say, when compared to the Yamaha GB1K. That's because they're underfelted. So there's in effect two layers of felt on every hammerhead, whereas with the GB1K you've just got one layer. So with that, with the underfelting, that makes each of the hammers a bit more resilient, gives you perhaps a little bit more power as well, but certainly aiding durability. Both models have soft close floorboards. So that's obviously very good. That's has two main advantages. Firstly, you're much less likely to injure yourself, your fingers or your hands, but also less likely to inflict any damage on the piano itself, the polyester work. In this area though, there is a major difference, and that's to do with the music desk. So the music desk on the GB1K is not movable. You can obviously put it out for tuning purposes, but you can't move it back and forth. But you can do that with the GL10. So if you're reading from sheet music, then you can move that closer or further away in accordance with your own eyesight needs. Both models are available in different finishes. So the Kawai GL10 is available in either polished black, white or mahogany. The Yamaha GB1K is available in either polished black, white, mahogany or American walnut. So four different finishes for the Yamaha. One major difference between them though is their warranty. So the Yamaha GB1K, as with all the Yamaha acoustic pianos, comes with 5 years warranty, but the Kawai GL10, as with the other Kawai acoustic pianos, comes with 10 years warranty. So quite a lot more peace of mind with the Kawai in that respect. Of course, personal preference is the most important thing when it comes to choosing a piano. So even though on the face of it, the Kawai GL10 would appear to have the superior specs when compared to the GB1K, you might well prefer the Yamaha even so. That's why we always recommend to come to our showroom and try the pianos for yourself. We do have, we always have several examples of each model, so there are plenty of pianos to choose from. For myself, just speaking as a pianist, just to go through the differences for myself personally. Start with the action. The Millennium 3 action on the Kawai GL10 really does have I would say, a big advantage over the Yamaha, and I think it's remarkable that you're essentially getting the same action in the entry-level baby grand piano that you get even in the Shigeru Kawai handcrafted instruments. Certainly in terms of the responsiveness, the action is far lighter, far more forgiving, so things like repetition, ornamentation and so on is just so much easier and really falls under the fingers much more nicely. The GB1K, just by a comparison, it is still a good action, a very good action, but it is quite a bit heavier, and it is trickier to control the sound and sculpt phrases and so on. And when it comes to the sound differences between the two, I would say that the Yamaha GB1K has a clearer sound, somewhat brighter, perhaps more brilliant in the treble in particular. Does have a bit more power as well. I would say a wider dynamic range when compared to the Kawai GL10. Having said that, it can be a little bit brash sounding, particularly when you are playing louder, and it can be, along with the action, a little bit trickier just to clarify the sound and control the texture. The Kawai, I would say, has a sweeter sound in the treble, especially a bit more depth all round, particularly in the sort of bass and mid section. I did mention earlier that the Kawai is a little bit wider when compared to the Yamaha, and that does mean that the soundboard is a little bit bigger. It does have a bit more surface area, and that is something you can hear. It does enrich the sound a little bit more. Having said that, I don't think the Kawai is quite as clear as the Yamaha. It can be a little bit cloudy sounding just by comparison. As with all of these things, people have different preferences, of course. Some would prefer the tonal character of the Kawai to the Yamaha and vice versa. So like I said before, it's all about playing the instrument and seeing what speaks to you the most. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions about either of these models, or indeed about any of our pianos, or you'd like to make an appointment to come and try the pianos for yourself, you can visit our website at richardlawsonpianos.com, and all of our contact information is on there.